Sending data. What do you think? Ben, what the fuck do you think I'm sending? I'm sending the data for the stream so that we can go live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies. And today we're rounding off 2025, a shitty year, with something good that is from 21 years ago. This movie is now old enough to drink.
And it's probably one of the best movies ever made, at least up there.
Yeah, I remember that this film was apparently supposed to be the series finale for Spongebob.
Yeah, so essentially when Steven Hillenburg
you know more about this than I do, so you can...
At the time, they wanted to end the series with a big movie. So while season 3 was being made, they were making this big movie to wrap the series up. But Catch-22, the movie was so massively successful that Nickelodeon did not want the series to end, so they kept greenlighting it. Steven Hillenburg and the others took a step back and stopped working on the series after season 4, resulting in the dark age between season 5 and early season 9 before Hillenburg came back, which then made another movie. And then he was going to make a third one about alien cats invading the planet, which would have ended with a time reset back to episode 1 and an emotional send-off to the series. But then they destroyed the movie, turned it into a spin-off machine, and they disrespect Hillenburg by going against his wishes as he died. So...
And was that the movie that we wound up watching that wasn't technically supposed to be out at that time?
No, that was the Sandy Cheeks movie. That was after.
Okay. I lose track of what corporate cash-ins we watch. So the funny thing is, what you're saying about SpongeBob and how the big movie saved the show, it's kind of giving me flashbacks to Hannah Montana, because the Hannah Montana movie kind of did the same thing. Miley Cyrus was on her way out of Disney at the time, and then the publicity from the Hannah Montana movie essentially got the show renewed for another season.
Oh,
yeah. And that kind of led to her doing, I think it was Can't Be Tamed, which was the song that got her released from her Disney contract, I think.
She did a bunch of things to try and distance herself off.
Yeah.
As much as possible, like Wrecking Ball, for example.
Oh, God. Oh, fucking hate Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is a terrible song. Like, as a kid, if you'd said to, teenage Alex, like, hey, you're gonna get to see Miley Cyrus naked, and it's not gonna be sexy at all, I don't think I would have believed you.
Oh, God.
And then she did all that stuff, and it just was like,
Regardless, I love SpongeBob from its ups and downs. We're gonna rewatch all the movies eventually, but I would love to do like a marathon.
including the one that we watched the work print of that wasn't technically supposed to be out.
It was technically completed. There weren't many differences between the released version.
And as a result, I'm not going to be updating the version that I have. We're watching the fucking work print again.
That movie doesn't deserve any more effort from us.
Yeah,
that was a bad movie.
It's like how I have Black Widow, but the version of Black Widow that I use on my hard drive for like editing purposes is still the Disney Plus rip.
I remember when I was going to watch with someone the Joss Whedon version of Justice League as a joke. I went to my DC folder. I opened the folder that said just Joss Whedon's Justice League.
And it was empty?
It was a text file that said LMAO, no. I fucking pranked myself. I'm like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah. That... Oh god, that film is still on my shelf. Granted, like, I can't really say a whole lot about that, because I own all of the DCEU, from Man of Steel to Aquaman 2.
You're disgusting.
The only thing I don't own of it is Peacemaker Season 1, actually. I don't have the Blu-ray for that show.
Don't you?
Ben, you know damn well that I have the Flash.
back to the SpongeBob thing now. Like this movie,
Kevin is
like,
currently in the comments wondering why the
best...
fuck did you waste money on that? And that's a very good question.
I will say, I think this movie, in the particular SpongeBob movie, is the best TV show to movie conversion ever.
I am close to agreeing with you, except for the fact the A-Team movie exists.
Fair, but this one I would say is slightly better.
Well, in terms of this movie has the original all of the original cast in it, all of them doing their roles as opposed to like cameos. Yeah.
Like I know this is around the era where these kinds of movies were killing hand-drawn films. If you recall correctly, like, a lot of them were being like cheaped out and thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
And even Disney was doing it. They had like that dog pretending to be a human get a fucking animated movie.
Dog pretending to be a what? What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't remember the fucking name of it, but there was like the show where this dog was pretending to be a human to go to school with its human owner. Shenanigans ensue, I guess. I see the art style in my head. It was like this weird blue looking fuck. Yeah, no, this is like the era where hand-drawn animated films were being turned out for cheap because studios realized that they can do that.
Well, they were wanting to get... Yeah, they were trying to push out hand-drawn stuff cheap because what was already in production they thought was going to be a waste of money, because this is right around the time that Pixar, DreamWorks, etc., like Blue Sky, were all picking up speed in terms of visuals, like 3D animation. And so
and it was also around the time when Disney was also trying to sabotage their own 2D department. You remember how they sabotaged Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet, one of the greatest films ever made, and they tanked it.
Yep, purposely trying to kill the hand-drawn department.
Yeah,
and it sucks because like there was genuine effort from like for example, the DreamWorks department trying to get out like some of the best hand-drawn
Prince of Egypt. Prince of Egypt was their big thing that got fucked at the box office. And Shrek wound up becoming the big popular one. And I love Shrek. Yeah. Shrek is amazing. Shrek is an all-time classic. Shrek 2 is great. I try to pretend that the other Shrek films kind of don't exist, because even though I don't dislike Shrek 3 as much as some people do.
Best animated films are like the early CGI ones, but it also helped kill the hand-drawn animation as a whole.
Yeah,
studios were trying to get those killed with like a lot of the cheap productions.
Yeah, my
and
relationship.
Finally, it ended. I know. It was the late 2000s. It ended with Princess and the Frog and Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, my relationship with 3D animated films of the time is a bit like my relationship with Nirvana and some of the other grunge acts of the 90s. Like, for as much as I love their music, like, Nevermind is on my shelf up here. Funnily enough, right alongside Double Eclipse by Hardline.
And this kind of goes back... Yeah, this kind of goes back to SpongeBob, because SpongeBob sticked out really well because it actually put an effort into being an actual good TV animated show into a movie kind of deal. So it wasn't being cheap for the sake of being cheap. There was actual real effort being put into it.
Here's the thing. SpongeBob was culturally saturated at the time. SpongeBob in 2004, I don't think 2004 and leading up into 2004, I don't think there was any cartoon other than something like Dragon Ball Z. It was Dragon Ball Z, SpongeBob, and probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Were the big ones. Teen Titans would have been slightly behind, and Pokemon would have been slightly behind there. Oh yeah, Pokemon. And so that's a funny thing. Is like, so the big cartoons that I remember being fucking everywhere in 2004 were Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Teen Titans, and SpongeBob. Anime inspired.
And for me it was as a kid, SpongeBob. It was Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and SpongeBob. That was fucking everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere you looked, it was always those three. Like people, at least for me.
Like, you could see SpongeBob on backpacks. You could see Pikachu on backpacks. You had Ash Ketchum
my sister
on
had
backpacks.
This gigantic SpongeBob pillow that was like fucking long.
No, I had that at some point.
Awesome pillow.
I might still have that somewhere. It might be like in a closet somewhere.
I used it so much it was flattened.
There was this enormous SpongeBob face, right? And
it was like the face in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I had that at some point.
Good pillow.
And I also somewhere I've got a big plush Squirtle, and I've got a couple of giant plush Pokemon that I had, and the people just gave me, because Pokemon was huge back then. People would just give me Pokemon for Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that, and I had only cursory knowledge of what Pokemon was at one point, and I just got gifted some Pokemon stuff, and I was like, "What's this?" And it was like, "Gotta catch 'em now!"
I used to have a bunch of cards as a kid that got thrown away at both Yu-Gi-Oh! and Pokemon.
So
I want to get those again, but those cards are so fucking expensive.
In one box, I have over 1,500 Pokemon cards. In another box, I have probably 2,000 Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And that's not counting stuff I've got in deck previously. Boxes. Oh, well, it's... Given the amount of cards I've got and the variety, there's probably some overlap.
I'm gonna have to ask you to dig through some of those.
Yeah, they're in sleeves in an old shoebox that I drew the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Logos on.
We should pause for a second. We're getting off track. So how were you introduced to SpongeBob? What was your exposure to it at the time before 2004?
I had a bunch of Nickelodeon VHS tapes back in the day. I had like Blue's Clues and Wild Thornberries and some SpongeBob episodes. And I watched those on repeat because I didn't have cable, and that was all, I just watched all those. Every now and again, go find more SpongeBob tapes wherever, or somewhere I've got a couple of SpongeBob DVDs that had tons of episodes on. Ultimate SSJ0X says, ouch, so many Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards that potentially may be valuable and sell for ridiculous money. Yeah, Alex,
you could sell some of those cards to fund our own projects. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I am probably never going to do that. I might. What I'll probably will wind up doing is buying like a big. I'll probably wind up buying like a big binder and displaying all of them.
Listen, at least I want to know, at least if you have doubles of some of the ones I had, I want those.
All right, we'll figure out how to work that into the other things that you owe me for.
Yeah, I need to. Oh God, I need to pay you back on one thing or two things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like
it's still sitting there, like those Star Wars limited run collections.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
still fucking sitting there.
Ben and I bought the Kodor limited editions back when they came out, and I got both of them. Both of them are sitting at my house.
It took so long for you to get them too. It took like years.
This is part of the reason and here's the thing. I stopped paying attention to limited run games because of all their bullshit. And then they go and release fucking Fear Effect.
Did you
fucking Fear Effect?
I don't know if you got the email for it, but they got sued for illegally selling customer info.
Yes, I did. Facebook. I need to fill out my information about that so I can get.
You fill it out after this. I got mine filled out the moment I got the email.
Do you know what?
Okay, cool.
Do you know what they fucking did though? They released Fear Effect 1 and 2, and because I wasn't paying any attention to them, I didn't get to have my copies. I love Fear Effect. Fear Effect 1 and 2 are two of my favorite games. Like. I emulated those on
like they had
my PlayStation emulator back in the day.
Video Game Nerd 8-bit thing on NES. I wanted to get it, but then I remembered, oh yeah, their NES carts literally destroy the NES consoles. I also don't have
NES
an
carts,
NES anyways, so
recycled Game Boy Advance.
Purchase.
See, yeah, I was gonna say is like that's what they're banking on. They want you to buy it and never actually open it, and that was why they thought they could get away with burning 3DO games rather than pressing them. That's why. Man,
Okay, we need to get back on topic. So fucking SpongeBob. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
SpongeBob.
I don't remember.
And then I had the SpongeBob stuff on VHS, and then I watched those, on repeat, and then after all that, SpongeBob SquarePants movie came out. I didn't go see it in theaters until like a couple of weeks after, because there used to be a dollar theater near me, and I went to watch that. I think we probably watched it like 5 or 6 times in the theater, and then I watched it another 100 or 200 times on VHS after that.
For me, my family had cable, so I don't remember when I was exposed to it. I had to be really young when I was exposed to it. Because I've always watched it before I remembered stuff. So I watched SpongeBob on like DVD, VHS, and cable. And when the movie came out, I saw like 10 different times for like my mom, my dad, and school trips, like that kind of thing. So that was really fun. And I remember like this big. I was in Rhode Island. I used to live in Rhode Island. There's this big fancy theater, like the what's the red thing around like the screen called? What was it?
The curtains?
Yes, the curtains that would like open up for the movie.
About what
it was really fancy and really cool. I still remember it.
The curtains are the things we've got around the Pixel Theater right now.
Yes. But yes, so yeah, I saw this movie so many times in the theaters. It's such a good movie, man. It really is. And we should probably start it now. It is like, what time is it?
Well, we've been talking about this thing for 17 minutes now, and other unrelated topics.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
So let's go ahead and watch SpongeBob in 3, 2, 1.
I love the fucking intro to this movie.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Oh, did you remember the teaser trailers, like this war submarine thing, and then like SpongeBob's like playing with somebody, like and like the people die in the fucking submarine.
I only vaguely remember that.
It's such a good teaser. It was so funny. I love this whole intro thing.
This intro here, the Nickelodeon Movies logo was so fucking cool.
Yes. Remember when Paramount was good?
Yes, I do.
I love that like recent events of them trying to suck Trump's dick, and Trump's like, "Fuck off! You guys are fucking assholes."
Do you remember when they were?
I got it. I just love this intro so much. Like, compare this to like the new movie that came out with the live action segments, and it's night and fucking day. Because the new movie had like this green screen effect on like this shitty set with Mark Hamill as the fucking Flying Dutchman.
Well, Ben, think about for a second this versus the Little Mermaid remake.
Yes, oh my god.
This is...
Look, wait. Take us to the SpongeBob movie! Yeah! Oh my, it's so funny.
Look at that. That is an actual ship on actual water, which they didn't do.
Actual actors. Who is in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. It's so good. Again, like, that's so good.
They actually put the intro in the damn movie.
I love it. There's a theater by the sea. I would love to go to that theater, actually.
Is that Rick Moranis?
They got like the very front row. Just in time. The thing would open up just before the movie too, and I would go see it. It's so good. You know, there's a theory, and Death Battle talked about this, where like Bikini Bottom has like sentient creatures because of the nukes, and that's like one of the locations of like the nuke testings. What do you
oh my god, it's the Kargan.
What do you think about the theory, the nuke theory?
What theory?
The nuclear theory. That the fish
that it's after that it's after a nuclear war?
Testing,
yeah. No.
Testing. It's one of the islands they tested the nuke at.
Oh, the Bikini Atoll? Yeah.
Why does the voice work so good for this guy? It looks like the show, but they like legitimately updated everything. It doesn't, feel cheap.
Cheese is supposed to go on the burger, SpongeBob. Not on the tomatoes.
No, that's how the Krusty Krab has always done it. It's weird.
Fuck you, Eugene.
That's disturbing.
I know.
Coming out of a fucking analog horror.
Now, I remember my cousin used to not let her kids watch SpongeBob.
Oh, God. My mom used to be like that with the Fairy Odd Parents, and then she saw an episode, like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, see... okay. I suppose that's one way to...
I got this literal fucking, like, cardboard.
And the tie is part of it.
Oh. The common trend of the movies having some kind of butt joke going forward.
Yeah,
Why the eye? Why the eye?
That gag got me every time I watch this fucking movie.
Oh my god, this gag. This is sexual harassment. What? What? Deserved. Reasonable crash out. He just forgets his pants.
Yeah, SpongeBob was so big that my dad kept getting compared to Patrick Star.
I don't know if that's funny or sad.
Literally only because of the name.
Oh. I have a record player.
It's about as good as the one Patrick has.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I got the Christmas album. Like the day of Christmas Eve. It was perfect.
Keep that song in mind. It's going to be coming back later. Oh, look at that. The cheese is underneath the vegetables, the way it's supposed to be.
They go back and forth on it, oddly. That's what I've noticed. Yeah, it's so funny how the Krusty Krab 2, like, it's just next to the original.
Yeah. That is the ultimate introduction to Mr. Krabs.
Money, I mean, yeah. Like, legitimately, like, it must be so cheap to just have it next to the original. It's just more space. It's all decayed. I like how by the point of, like, the end of the series, after everything, you kind of understand why Plankton has become so unhinged in comparison to, like, the later show. I mean, if I was Plankton and I kept losing after decades, I would probably go mad too.
Listen, Plankton, you could create a good burger. Oh no, the good burger can't take your order.
There's an episode where Karen pays a fish to like chum, and I'm pretty sure that fish almost dies of like organ failure. Like it was killing him. He didn't even know about fucking Z. What idiots.
He must have been going to a modern school. I didn't get this gag when I was a kid.
It's just a rabbit in there. Why?
Scratch and sniff, Ben. Scratch and sniff.
So who's the fry cook at the Krusty Krab 2? Is it SpongeBob at both? Oh, this next part though. Fuck! Is that his blood? Oh my god.
I love the little details in the background, on the road.
Yeah.
Kinds of stuff I never would have been able to see on VHS.
Wasn't the VHS tape for this movie yellow?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, okay, I did have it.
All of the other Nickelodeon VHS tapes were either blue or orange.
Paid $9. I paid 10. There was a scene with Sandy where she would have been on the surface as a realistic squirrel, and Patrick would have kept puking in response. If you watch the deleted scene, you can understand why they cut it.
I believe so.
Yeah. I think the joke was that she was on her own adventure and Patrick was just horrified and disgusted by her form. Why though? Squidward hates working with you.
Here's one of the names.
Was he like the only one? Well, actually, yeah, he is the only one. You're just forcing him onto this position. Poor SpongeBob.
I said you're making a complete arse out of yourself.
On one hand, it makes sense after the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It's a little...
You're a fucking goofy goober!
After all the other seasons, like, what, we're up to, like, season 20 or something? I don't remember. Like, that old lady wasn't holding back. But
she hates him.
I kind of understand why some people would say this kind of falls apart after all those other seasons, but it's not like the main thing is that it's not about the experience of all the achievements SpongeBob has done throughout the years. It's about being mature. And I kind of, yeah.
So
sad.
Isn't the
whale... Quiet. The horrified looks on the background characters. Mr. Krabs like, oh my god. He jumps.
How did it catch fire?
How
is it burning underwater? So,
okay, what were you saying, Alex?
So what's the whale? The whale is Mr. Krabs' adopted daughter, right?
Yes.
Isn't she SpongeBob's girlfriend?
No.
Who's SpongeBob's girlfriend?
No, I think there's only one episode where they pretended to be for a plot reason. I think. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Okay. Okay, so I just don't remember anything then, because I was gonna say, is like, if she's saying that about her boyfriend, like,
oh yeah, this is the second King Neptune we've seen. There's a different one in the show.
Yeah, well, it's like how the Sandy's dad we saw in the movie.
Yeah, it's different than in the show.
Yeah. By the way, Scarlett Johansson, it's Princess Mindy.
My main canon is that this guy took control sometime after the original. Which is why he's a bit more dictatorish in comparison.
Is this... That's not Robin Williams, is it?
No, I don't believe... Let me look it up.
I always thought it was Robin Williams.
It is... Let me see here. Where is the casting?
You've got to skull it, bro.
Jeffrey Tambor voices King Neptune.
Ah, Jeffrey Tambor. Okay.
And get this, Scarlett Johansson voices Mindy here.
Yes, I mentioned that earlier.
Oh yeah, you did.
Because I remember that. And
the freak
I think this probably started my
that was easy.
My lifelong obsession with Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, I just want to appreciate how perfect that cut was from Plankton stealing it to this. Don't you love plot progression?
Yes.
Yes. It's hard to do. Writing is hard,
Perfect
Alex.
presentation of an old-timey...
Man, I can't wait for 5 Nights at Goofy Goobers.
Yeah, perfect representation here
Nut bar.
of an Old West saloon underwater.
The Nut Bar. This is pictures of nuts in the back. There's a picture of shells as well.
That's Mr. Peanut beating up a Disney character.
Peanut assaulting someone with hearts or something.
That's okay. Over on the right there, that's Popeye.
Yeah, that's
that's just a Popeye cartoon.
That's just Popeye. What the fuck?
Hey, who owns the rights to Popeye?
I don't know. I don't think it was Paramount.
Because he's got the eye, he's got the hat, he's got the outfit.
That's a cool toy.
He's got the anchors tattooed on his arms.
immediate interest gained.
You took his drink. You took his drink.
You don't need a drink if you have that.
You absolutely need water if you're going to have that much cream.
Where does Patrick get money?
He's independently wealthy.
Actually, I just realized he probably gets it from the royalties of his prequel show.
Oh,
he had a show before the events of SpongeBob. That would be so funny if it ends with someone buying out the rights to the show and he gets like royalties, which is why he has so much money. Or at least sometimes.
This sequence here kind of reminds me of, Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Whenever he'd drink the beer, he didn't actually drink it. Like, he'd just open up the two cans, smash them together, and then pour it, and most of it wouldn't go down his
Why is the Goofy Goober guy also drunk as hell?
Because everybody's gone, and the spring trap mechanism inside the Goofy Goober suit activated.
Oh no! What was in that ice cream? Was it like
Why
alcohol?
did he get drunk from ice cream?
What was in that? Was it like alcohol ice cream? I know there's like variants of it.
I have gotten less drunk than this off of actual whiskey.
Oh no, he's drunk mad.
I like how disheveled. Oh, look at the texture on the... Yeah, I kind of don't care.
I think he's wearing a fucking paper bag.
Daddy, why do you have dildos on the end of your trident?
Dumbass. Dumbass. Fucking cheapskate. Also, isn't that super illegal to change your prices if someone rich comes along?
Yes, that is called price gouging, and it is against many, many rules.
Can execute him for that. Like, he would be justified in doing so. I don't think that's clever. I don't think that's clever at all. Who the fuck did Plankton pay to tell him to call at this exact moment?
It'd be a lot easier to mess with that if you had, like... it always got me whenever it just kept going.
Reasonable crash out.
Oh, it was Plankton doing the voice.
That's good voice work, Plankton.
Was that the same? Was that the actor?
Good. That's good voice work. I like how intimidating he sounded saying that. I like how he gives a cocky look like, yeah, no one's going to back this cheapskate. And he's not wrong. Remember when he sold SpongeBob's soul for a few nickels?
I sold SpongeBob's soul for 15 cents.
I mean, to be fair, he immediately regretted it, but he still fucking did it.
How does a sponge get a 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah, you just killed him, SpongeBob. He doesn't even realize it. But to be fair, the crash out is deserved. He's quite literally saved the Bikini Bottom so many times. Listen, like, the reason he was denied is reasonable, but the crash out is still deserved.
That sponge is 100% man, and all of the images of him clapping Sandy's cheeks will attest to that.
Alex, no. He did not fuck the squirrel.
Yes, he did. And they created horrible, horrible crossbreeds. Oh, I love how SpongeBob getting snapped out of his hangover. Fire! And now all of his clothes came back. How did SpongeBob's shoe come back?
That noise he made. He has like godly powers with that thing though, unless he doesn't know how to use it. Oh, this is such a good bit. Bald.
My eyes! One of the memes. I love seeing the memes out in the wild so because good. Magic, ooh.
I wouldn't laugh, King Neptune. He beat the shit out of your predecessor in the new game with the Flying Dutchman.
Well,
he beat both him and the Flying Dutchman and got them to cave to him.
Well, he also beat the shit out of Aquaman, who's related to Neptune.
No, well, to be fair, that was the weakest version of Aquaman, but he could probably beat the other versions too.
True, but Aquaman is still related to Neptune. You know, somebody should really do something about Neptune if he's executing one person every day. Yeah.
Kind of hot, though.
Well, dude. I love how she closed her eyes at first.
The fucking my eyes.
Even though I know that it's not Robin Williams, it sounds so much like Robin Williams to me.
Patrick, no! Patrick, no! Even SpongeBob's like, shut the fuck up. That's kind of horrific.
I'm making some frozen crabs.
Look at his mouth. Like, you can see the air spitting out of his mouth. Or water, technically.
Yep. That's a very fair complaint.
Like, I should give context to what I was talking about earlier. In Titans of the Tide, the previous King Neptune and the Flying Dutchman go to war.
Yes, because
the King Neptune cut in line the Crescent Crab.
This is a reference to the Odyssey.
The Flying Dutchman. Oh yeah, this is the story based off the Odyssey. This is an Odyssey movie, technically.
Yes, this is going to be a better adaptation to the Odyssey than Christopher Nolan's.
You're probably right, sadly. There's a lot of red flags on Nolan's Odyssey. I hope it's good. I'm gonna see it, but I'm worried.
Why is she doing the Italian Spider-Man fingers?
But yeah, back to Titans of the Tide. So in that one, SpongeBob collects the golden spatula and beats the absolute shit out of both the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune into submission and forces them to fix Bikini Bottom, which was completely destroyed with the dimensional barriers completely shattered around.
I'm doomed. This is a Batman reference. This is one of the oldest iterations of this gag that I can remember.
The fucking, oh god, the pimples. We rarely see this. I think the last time we saw it was Sponge on the Run, which is one of the worst movies ever made.
But does it drive?
That's technically true, though.
That is some interesting logic.
I like how the logic that if SpongeBob doesn't need a license,
Kerpatty.
he drives
yeah, this is an extended Batman parody here. Ed, extreme close-up.
Man, they added the paddy wagon to Fortnite, and it's this awful design of it. I don't know if you saw it.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's like this truck version of it. I'll find a picture later. This is one of like the very few times where Plankton actually succeeds. But this time he actually gets to read it and make the formula. Side note, his plan on taking over Bikini Bottom is actually kind of genius. I say that because like the Krabby Patty is like it's like a religion to the people in
welcome
Bikini
to
Bottom. You know what I'm talking about, right?
To the seed and feed. Yes.
In Bikini Bottom are fucking obsessed with the patty. Nice Odyssey reference.
Are they gonna start playing dueling banjos at us? Or are they gonna start singing Man of Constant Sorrow?
Well, that was fast. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Like how they look completely baffled.
They left their luggage. Hang on, where do they get the fucking luggage from?
I don't know. Yeah, as I was saying, like the Krabby Patty is basically a religion in Bikini Bottom. Like these townsfolk are religiously obsessed with it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
There are episodes where the town riots because there aren't any left. So they would totally fall for this. And play genius for taking advantage of that.
I like the little texture thing they do to Plankton's chin when he screws up his face. Oh, there's one of the memes, too.
I want a chum bucket hat. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, even though they're a product, even though they're, spoiler warning, mind control devices, I actually wouldn't mind having one of those helmets.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Don't stop me now, having such a good time, having a ball.
I need fingerprints. This might be one of the most intimidating SpongeBob villains in the series.
Dennis, I kill you. Your head here. Oh, I always thought he was so cool.
He is. He's awesome.
He's got the boots, the black jeans. He's like...
He takes off the glasses.
Oh, eat your heart out, Dr. Disrespect. Dennis did it first.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna steal your lips.
Out their mouths.
You ain't got no rights to lips no more. Yeah, this reminds me of
for them to. Yeah, props to them for walking the entire way.
This reminds me of Gohan after he got kneed in the balls by Vegeta. Don't stop me now.
By car. Jesus. He's doing the Peter down taunt. I said that wrong.
Oh, by the way, this is Motorhead.
Did they actually get fucking Motorhead?
They actually got fucking Motorhead. Like they actually got fucking Pantera. This is my introduction to Motorhead. It was life-changing.
I got SpongeBob looks concerned. SpongeBob being a little creep.
Oh,
Jesus
good.
Christ. I don't blame Patrick for breaking under pressure on that. Do you blame Patrick for that? I don't blame him at all. I would be pissing myself in fear if that happened. Oh no. I think how the color of the room changes with the bubbles. Children. This is why you aren't manager SpongeBob.
I kind of hate this sequence.
Why?
Because of the weird expressions
that's the
Patrick
fun part.
And SpongeBob make.
All bubble-blowing babies will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied patron in the bar. Look at him freaking out. I think I've seen Patrick that terrified before. I love how SpongeBob and Patrick stick out like a sore thumb.
The DJ
that's evil.
The DJ's got a really cool design to him.
Yeah, everyone here has a cool design. I am the goofy goober, yeah. You're the goofy goober, yeah.
He's got two eyes, actually. Which is funny, because a lot of pirates actually did...
You're the baby!
A lot of pirates actually did have two eyes underneath the...
Imagine getting
playing it through a replica of Lemmy's bass
out of you because you cough.
The expression on SpongeBob's face.
Saved by the fucking bell.
The fucking conjoined twins.
Of course, the conjoined twins are the goofy ones. Oh, they're dead. They're going to die. Fucking MVP. Fucking MVP of the movie, Alex. You got the key.
Too bad SpongeBob's not here to enjoy me.
I like how Squidward realizes something's wrong.
You know, this isn't the only comparison that I was able to make between Squidward tentacles and my Uncle Bill. My uncle also has a recumbent bicycle.
Every now and then, I remember, Alex, I remember that Squidward's best matchup in a versus fight is Bakugo. It makes perfect sense.
I need to restrict your access.
To what? I'm just saying.
Why you doing CGI? I never noticed that the doors were CGI.
Bakugo's best matchup. Don't misunderstand me, motherfucker. I'm saying it's Squidward's best matchup. You understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is Squidward's best matchup to you?
I don't like... And NPR used to have good stuff on there, but it was mostly on like Saturdays and Sundays, and now they don't do that anymore.
What are you talking about?
A Prairie Home Companion is what I'm talking about, and they canceled it because of bullshit, and Garrison Keillor retired, and I'm very angry. I'm still not over it. It was a really good, goofy radio sketch show. Think like Saturday Night Live if it was good. Saturday Night Live back when it was good, but also like radio.
Okay, but what matchup do you think is best for Squidward? Who should Squidward fight?
I don't think about any of this stuff.
You don't? Yes, you do. I know you do. We have a whole series about this. Like reacting to death battles.
I don't think about pitting Squidward tentacles against people.
I'm just asking what you think would be the best. I'm gonna look up matchups. I'm gonna ask you about them. Hey, Alex!
What?
Oh my fucking god! Squidward tentacles versus Brian Griffin.
I ain't gonna be dealing with that.
Squidward versus Vegeta. That sounds evenly matched. Grim from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Why? Not other good matchups.
I think we're going in the wrong way, SpongeBob. We're going into the goth territory.
Can we talk about how morbid this is? Like all the dead bodies.
Yeah, let's talk about how morbid this is.
What are you doing?
What do you think? What am I doing? Oh yeah, this is... Oh god. This is another Greek mythology reference.
Yeah, this is like the River of the Dead, right? Or something?
Sort of.
I can't remember much
this
of the
is also
story.
This is also a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Is it?
Princess Snake.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap!
It's a trap, SpongeBob. This is terrifying. The reveal of this is actually kind of fucking morbid.
Yeah.
Like, this creature has actual sentience to set this trap up and this disguise. And you see this. That is horrifying.
It autofilled. SpongeBob Movie The Odyssey. Holy shit!
He bites it like he went feral there. Like SpongeBob doesn't usually go feral, but like there's that moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm made out of pure fear." That he's like, "Fucking, I have to run."
Run to the hills.
I'll be right back. I need to run to the bathroom.
And it kind of reminds me of Lobo in terms of design. Go fuck yourselves. Oh god, that cat is slightly horrifying.
Yeah, no, that's terrifying. I'm back also. Oh.
There's
Jesus
always a
Christ.
bigger fish. I think that might be literally be a reference to Star Wars.
It might be. Hey, look, they did the meme. In all seriousness, I would have the same look on my face if I saw that. I would be shitting myself. Out of primal fucking fear. Dumbass.
Trench.
God. Patrick, stop. You're making him angry.
Huh. Apparently they started off working on drawing storyboards on Post-it notes for this film.
On what?
Post-it notes. They drew storyboards on Post-it notes originally. And then they did animatics, and then they did pencil drawings.
Yeah. That's just brutal. You kind of feel bad for both by this point because you kind of understand the crash out.
Yeah.
If I saw that giant eel, I would probably be done too.
No, it's like that fucking creature would make me have some questions.
Especially after the previous creature, which is already nightmare fuel enough. Jesus, Patrick!
Remember me. Remember me. Why does it look less complete from this angle?
I like how this is Plankton at his most unredeemable and worst. That helmet must be powerful to squeeze through the glass and brainwash her. That's horrible. Brainwashing pets? Jesus. Jesus Christ. That's horrific. Jesus.
Oh, God.
Jeez. It's horrible. That's so morbid. The hair on the eyes.
And here's the shot that was in every fucking trailer.
A parody of Ariel, but she's original enough to stand out.
Yes. Scarlett Johansson would have been a better choice to play Ariel, even. even now.
How can you cry underwater when they're already in water? I mean, they're creating puddles. How is that possible? Jesus. Ew. I
Meanwhile,
like how even she's disgusted by it. Like, what the fuck?
I'm living on an endless road around the world for
I
rock
wish there
and
was a scene of
roll.
her defending the others.
Sometime I feel so tough, but I
I
still
want to see
ain't
what the mermaids are
had
capable
enough.
of.
I keep saying that it's getting too much, but I know I'm a liar. In terms of celebrity voice
faster.
in terms of celebrity voice actors, Scarlett Johansson fucking nailed this role.
Oh, absolutely. She made it her own. I can't really see anyone else doing it.
All right, the princess is about to turn a couple of boys into men.
Seahorses are like, what? The eyelashes. I love it whenever the games use this design.
Men, manly men.
You have to appreciate how simple-minded these two are.
Yeah. I shaved my mustache recently.
I need to shave. It's getting bad. Idiots. Idiots.
We're invincible. Because we're men.
This is going to give them an ego boost beyond imagination. That's horrifying. I recognize that sound somewhere.
I believe that's the Tyrannosaurus roar from The Land Before Time.
I love this sequence.
And Mr. Krabs.
He's like, what the fuck?
Off screen?
When did you do that?
Where'd you get your pants back?
Oh, did you see that? Like the lava turned to numbers as they were jumping around it.
Yeah.
That's I'd never noticed that detail. What the hell? It's like, what the fuck?
I believe this is a Charlie Chaplin gag. I don't remember.
I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. His granddaughter was in the new Avatar.
Hmm.
The sound effect is really satisfying. I like how even this encourages the monsters.
I like how they managed to pick up a backing band of horrifying monsters from the deepest of the sea.
Oh, that's racist. Officious, I should say.
Oh, we weren't talking about you! We were talking about that creature that tried to eat us! We tried to eat you! Yeah, but that doesn't count!
Of course, Dennis is somehow up ahead.
You can call me Dennis. They call me a menace. I'm here to exterminate! Exterminate!
I think that just pissed off Dennis. Ow.
There's a fucking $6 million man sound effect. Isn't that, that's Keith David, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Dennis, Spongebob movie. Dennis the Assassin.
No, Bad Touch. Bad Touch. Stranger Danger.
Yes, yes, you have. Oh, that's Alec Baldwin. Sudden photorealistic boot, by the way.
I like how it's an actual live-action actor.
By the way, that's not exactly Darth Vader, but it's using the same equipment that they used to make Darth Vader's voice with. Not voice,
that's
but,
awesome.
you know.
I love this. I love the mix of animation and live action here. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
this is kind of like a precursor to what they did with, the show with the blue cat and the orange fish.
Like, what the fuck?
Gumball. This is like a precursor to what they did with Gumball. I fucking love Gumball, by the way.
Right. Gumball is such a fantastic show, and I hate that Warner Brothers keeps screwing it over. Especially with the movie.
Back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like 6-7 years ago, so it feels like 30 years ago. We used to watch Gumball, just random episodes of Gumball, in one of the Discord servers I was in. Ba, 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 ba. If I had that kind of suit, that's the kind of thing I'd do. I'd stomp around and laugh like a cartoon character. Why can't you find a toolbox like that these days? Look, I was trying to find a toolbox like this so that I could store my, the stuff that I use to work on guitars with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could not find one of those toolboxes for the life of me. Couldn't find it at Lowe's or Harbor Freight or anything like that. Why can't I find a just... Oh, that's great. I have a clam. No, it's a mussel. I actually have a mussel that I dissected as part of science class. I remember I was the only guy who managed to get his mussel apart without snapping the shell. I was so proud of myself, and I kept that shell. Yeah, I just wound up throwing it all in a big plastic case that used to hold a Sawzall. And it's pretty good. Oh god, I remember the first time I watched this, I thought the movie was gonna end right here.
Oh yeah, it's the fake out.
Aww.
I like how he's nice to put the arm back on, but does it wrong.
Well, he can't hardly move. Aww.
The sign. I like how the hands are shriveled up. The hands are gone now. Horrifying detail. This is a horrifying way to die, being dried out.
It really is.
This is surprisingly a very emotional scene, man.
I know. Aww. Aww.
Fuck. It does make me legitimately sad. What the fuck? We got to the pirates crying.
This is a great gag, too.
This is a great, like, it's a great way to break the tension of that scene. This scene is like perfection in how to handle an emotional scene and the comedy to break the tension, which is really hard to do. And then have it followed up by like this victorious moment.
Something I really like about this sequence right here is that, you know, at the very end, SpongeBob and Patrick are, you know, despite everything, staying true to themselves. Yeah.
Like, how even the crowd behind him's losing their shit. Look at him go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
You know, despite all the crap they've been through up to here, they're staying true to themselves at the end. You know?
Yeah, that's like the core message of the film. Like, to stay true to yourself. It doesn't matter if people are calling you a kid or not. It's a really good message, I gotta say. The effects work in this scene is so good. Like this scene in this segment in particular is what turns this film from a great film to a masterpiece in my eyes.
Oh, there's all your relatives, Patrick.
Excuse me. They're all really mad. Rightfully so. We're going to fuck you up. Let's get some glue on you, buddy.
You forgot the googly eyes.
Oh, they're adding them. Don't worry. They just need to kill him first. That's so good, though. That reminds me of, like, Roger Rabbit.
I know.
And here comes, like, one of the greatest cameos in any movie.
No, not a single fucking kid in the audience. You've lost your pants like 5 times.
That is horrific. Like an actual good potty joke. No. No! This would have been around the time you would have seen Sandy Cheeks in the puke joke, and I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, look at the animation of the water on his feet.
I know, it's really good. David Hasselhoff.
Not a single kid in the audience got this reference.
Me neither, but it was awesome.
But I was
like, oh, this is sick.
But I was the kid who grew up watching reruns of Baywatch and Knight Rider, so...
That's awesome for you. I can only imagine your reaction in the theater when you first saw it. So, like, when they were making this sequence, they made a fake body double of Hasselhoff that was just as big as he was.
Yes, and Stephen Colbert owns that.
Yeah, someone bought it from David Hasselhoff, but when the filming ended... David Hasselhoff went to the team, was like, hey, so what are you going to do with the David Hasselhoff statue? And they were like, we didn't think about that. It's like, can I buy it off you? And they're like, sure. And he bought it and kept it for years and used it to scare people.
Yeah, it's like this is what it was used for.
Yeah. It would kind of use a little bit of CGI to add in like his face motions.
Yep.
Like, that's the statue right there. But it's so good looking. Like, you can't even tell it's like a fake Hasselhoff.
No, I never realized that until Stephen Colbert came in writing it.
Isn't it, like, who owns it? Who would you say owns it currently? Who bought it from David Hasselhoff?
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Why did he buy it?
For the hell of it, I guess.
I respect it. But of all people,
if I was
Stephen Colbert is like the most random person.
He owns so many props. He has an actual replica of Captain America's shield. I think it was from the movie, given to him by Joe Quesada. He has He has an original prop of Sting from The Lord of the Rings.
I like her little mind games. Because this King Neptune's a fucking idiot. The fact that she's able to keep this going for as long as she can is so funny. I like how she's playing stupid. Like, she's taking a cue from SpongeBob and Patrick. It's just like, okay, how can I make this go on as long as I can? That is terrifying. I legitimately like how Patrick tries to stand up to him, and it's like, I immediately regret my life decisions. Stabs him in the ass. David Hasselhoff. I don't know. I think you know, but he actually did return to SpongeBob recently.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, it's confirmed that he's considered one of the Titans, i.e., the gods, on the same level
And
of the Flying Dutchman and King Neptune.
He
Which is
sang the
awesome.
theme song for the new game, I heard.
Yes, he did. And there's a secret sequence you can unlock with an extended version of it. It's awesome. He looks offended by this. Oh, that hurts. I love their friendship in this movie.
Okay, something just disconnected. That's not good. It was the 14 terabyte. Why the fuck is the 14 terabyte disconnecting? I need you for things. You need to stop doing that.
I was wondering what that noise was. I assumed it was you.
I'm glad it wasn't the 20, because the 20's the one the movie's on. I think that's one of the Hanna-Barbera sound effects. This is still a really weird gag, but, you know...
I love it.
Sure. This is why I exercise. One day I want to be able to shoot cartoons out of my pecs.
Oh.
Ow.
Yes, like, did you see that? He has like a band-aid on his nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs coming in. King size. Daddy, yes!
Another meme.
As I said, this is Plankton at his most irredeemable and monstrous. And it makes sense, even after so many of the new SpongeBob episodes.
Yeah. Actual depiction of me trying to figure out how to create a list of something.
Goofy Goober!
Yes, Twisted Sister.
So, yeah, Jim Wise provides the SpongeBob singing voice here.
Yep. I love this. I love the claymation. I always love claymation.
Yeah, same.
Patrick, take off the fishnets. Right the fuck now.
Disturbing.
Oh, God. This is not in I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister, but, you know.
This next sequence is so fucking awesome. The song's awesome too. Like, what the fuck?
He is shredding this song on a 3-string with a
Goofy
trapezoid
guitar.
tailpiece. So, with P90s set to the neck position. Oh, there's an actual 6-string. And he's somehow managing to make the wah
SpongeBob
sound.
Becomes a Titan on par with King Neptune.
He is somehow managing to do this with P90s and no wah pedal. This is how magical he is.
Yes. This is SpongeBob's transcendence to being a Titan. That's my canon. Yay!
Excuse me?
Ah!
Your wife is crowd surfing. I'm not sure if this counts as Natarare, but it's close. Closest we can get for SpongeBob.
Yeah, fuck you, Plankton.
Yes, yes, you should.
You should have hidden the hole. This deserves. Yep. That sounds painful.
Yeah.
God. He's become bigger.
Well, he did get squished flat. Institution for the criminally tiny.
And that was the last time we see him in canon. He finally goes to jail. Whoops. Real boy ending. I got there's like
somehow I didn't suffocate from being a real human. Hey Sandy, you can take off those helmets.
I like how it's framed as like a gag from the show.
I like how he's just hanging from the fucking... Patrick, I'm serious.
Wearing that?
Take the fuck. You're a cartoon.
I like how Squidward's even like, yeah, this is deserved.
Oh, yeah.
That's deep.
But I don't wear pants! Fucking Ocean Man by Ween. That's another
end sequence. This is one of the greatest end sequences to any movie. I will die on that hill.
Do you know how they achieved this sound, by the way?
How?
So, they sped up the music and recorded the vocals. Then they slowed down the vocals to match the original music track.
Wow.
So that's why you get this sound that sounds kind of like, oh, what. But the music sounds normal.
This ending feels emotional, and I'm not really quite sure why. And like, it feels like
this is a
the perfect ending to the series, even though it's still going. I think it's the music. I don't know why. The music makes me emotional.
Oh, yeah.
God bless Hillenburg, by the way.
Oh, man, this was a fantastic movie.
I wish Hillenburg was still here. He was an absolute fucking legend. Like, a guy created something that transcended everything. And very few people get to do that. Very few people get to stand on that podium to create something that lasts forever. You got Stanley, you got Toriyama, you got George Lucas.
Yeah, well, who else? I was going to say, hey, you know, Stanley and George Lucas, despite Disney's best efforts. Jack Kirby, yeah. Steve Ditko.
Walt Disney.
Yep. Walt Disney, again, despite the Walt Disney Corporation's best attempts to destroy the things he created.
We got Toby Fox, I would consider on that.
Toby Fox, abso-fucking-lutely. Hey, Toby Fox has created mods that have gone beyond things. He's created music for fucking webcomics.
I don't know.
Video games that aren't Undertale and Deltarune.
I would also argue that the guy behind SMG4 will be on that podium due to the amount of work he's put into the indie studio and how much stuff that's created.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yep, I mentioned him.
Masahiro Sakurai.
Oh, yep, I mentioned him.
Koji Iwata.
Yeah, I would put him on that list.
Koji Iwata, his reach goes beyond the games he developed because he was like single-handedly the only bug tester for the original Pokemon, I think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like he
Iwata, Iwata is one of them.
Yeah, and his time at Nintendo was fucking immortal.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs. Apple has not been the same without Steve Jobs. The decisions Apple has made since his death have been
abysmal.
Yeah, like the people, he would have probably strangled somebody if they'd pitched some of the stuff.
Here's a name that people don't particularly mention for this podium, but is absolutely deserved because it's everywhere. The creator of Garfield,
Jim Davis.
Yeah, Jim Davis. Because like Garfield, like you don't think about it, but Garfield is everywhere.
That's the thing. Like Garfield,
everywhere that you don't even think about it anymore.
Garfield hasn't been good in a long time, and they've been like reusing punchlines and scripts. But Garfield back in the day,
yeah,
like I have books of old Garfield and Heathcliff comics, and man, old Garfield used to be pretty good.
Yeah, like Garfield, like back in the day, used to have like a soul and like legitimate heart.
With
Dan
like
grandmother,
not Dan
Garfield. That's legitimately heartwarming.
Matt Groening. Groening created The Simpsons and Futurama.
Yeah, Matt Groening would be on the podium for sure.
Seth MacFarlane, arguably, even though I don't like Family Guy.
James Rolfe, Doug Walker.
Oh,
I would argue.
James Rolfe and Doug Walker, abso-fucking-lutely. Those men left their immortal fingerprints on the entire internet.
I don't know if you agree with this, but I would argue the Death Battle creators as well. Ben,
absolutely.
Singer, Chad, Craig.
Like Death Battle is referenced constantly across everything. Like they're, regardless of whether or not I agree with their some of the results, they're referenced constantly as like the standard, is like, oh, these guys would figure out how this stuff works.
Yeah, they set the standard for versus battles. I'm pretty sure even Hollywood has taken cues from them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, they also helped bring back
Death Battle.
Like
Death Battle does more research than Hollywood does.
Yes. But back to my point, like, Hillenburg absolutely belongs on that pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
I think the way he went out was just the worst way to go out, because he got, like, a disease that slowly disconnected your brain from the body. I think that's what disease did. It was like this autoimmune disease. It was horrible. And he stayed with the series until his final hours. And like, the very few creator deaths make me tear up. I cried when he passed away, because like he created a huge part of my childhood. Same with the Yu-Gi-Oh creator too, because like without him, like I grew up with like GX and like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards too, and he died trying to save people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's Warner Brothers. Hey, Warner Brothers, you'll be sold in the next decade or so. About a few
several times, yeah.
But yeah, like, absolute legend. This movie is still what I would argue one of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely, it still holds up.
The third act really does put it on the pedestal.
Here I Go Again by David Coverdale, all performed by somebody named Tarantino. I knew that was Here I Go Again by Whitesnake.
Dedicated to 1909 2003. That is an old person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with Hillenburg's passing, it makes me more mad at Sponge on the Run, because it is one of the worst tribute things ever made. It is an insult to the man himself. And we'll get to that when we watch that movie, but I'm not going to be fucking kind to it when we get to it.
Oh, don't expect me to be kind to it either.
Oh, we're going to fucking tear that movie apart. I like how the pirates are still there. That's true. David does make good art.
Is that the... I'm trying to figure out who that actress is.
I like how they're just like, okay, and the popcorn just falling off of them as they go. I like how the guy's stretching his arm.
Yeah. We had a theater just like that. That was the Dollar Theater that I watched this in.
What a good fucking movie. What a good way to end the year.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely going to have to watch the other movies. Because, like, I would say that Sponge Out of Water is almost on the same level. But it doesn't have a better story. It is better comedy. It's like the Muppets Disney movie and the Muppets Most Wanted. Like, the Muppets Disney movie has like one of the best Muppet stories, and like it guilt trips you into making you feel bad about forgetting about the Muppets, which was so true at the time because we did all forget.
I never forgot about the Muppets.
No,
I love the Muppets.
no, I mean, and then like the sequel, Muppets Most Wanted, was like so fucking funny. And this is the Sponge out of Water and the SpongeBob movie are that to me. Like one has like a superior story, and the other one is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'd kind of liken. I made this comparison to you, and you didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I'd kind of liken the relationship between the first and second SpongeBob movies as the way I'd liken the relationship of the only two Ace Ventura films.
Yes.
Of the first one is a better movie, and the second one is more aggressive in its humor, and as a result, there's more funny jokes in it. And so it's kind of hard to choose between the two.
One thing Sponge Out of Water did that I still find funny is it tricked people into thinking it was going to be a CGI movie, because this was long after 2D hand-drawn films had died, right? That died in theaters and didn't make any money. So what they did was they used like the third act section where it was like a CGI superhero thing and used that as the marketing and tricked everyone into watching a hand-drawn film. And I have to respect the hell out of that.
That's good.
The only sad thing is it was the last hand-drawn SpongeBob movie, and the quality from like the Sponge on the Run to the new one is not great.
No, yeah. I'm just having flashbacks to all the shitty animation in the Sandy movie.
Oh god. And then like it's funny because the Plankton movie animation's apparently decent. And actually has like a legitimately good story that adds on to the lore of like the Plankton stuff. We need to watch. I haven't seen the Plankton movie. I don't know why. I haven't seen it. I'm
going to have to download all that stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, legally purchase.
We'll have to.
I do own this movie.
Do the next two next week, but I feel like we'll only have time for one of them. I mean, they're not that long. They're like under 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually own this film. This is the only SpongeBob movie I own, because I watched it
I don't have
repeatedly. I watch this thing at least once a week.
Because I'm waiting for the 4K. They haven't released a 4K for the movie. And that kind of pisses me off.
And knowing Paramount, it's a toss-up about whether or not they're going to do a combo pack, and I hate that. It's like, I had to buy 2 copies of Top Gun Maverick to get the Blu-ray and the DVD. Sorry, the Blu-ray and the 4K. And then they released like a special edition with both of them.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Like,
I've
had to have when I buy a copy of them and they release a special edition. It's like, fuck!
You release a special edition that has all the stuff I wanted in the regular edition. Why?
Fuck. It's the worst.
And watch.
I mean, if it sells, it sells. It's going to happen. But yeah, like
I was gonna say, watch. They'll do a version of Wicked with both movies combined and have all the deleted scenes. But they've already got a double pack, and it doesn't have any of the deleted scenes edited into the films.
Listen, I want the It movies as one big 6-hour feature. Like the director promised. I want that supercut. And Alex, when they make that supercut, we are going to watch it together, and we're not going to fucking stop.
Ben?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I will remind you that we didn't even watch Justice League in one sitting. We didn't watch The Lord of the Rings
because like it's
in one
two
sitting.
Parts on the 4K. We were justified in that. Listen, tell you what, if they release the It Complete Edition on 4K and it's split into 2 parts like Justice League, we can split it into 2 parts.
Warner Brothers, do something right in your goddamn lives for once and save me from this madness.
Oh, sorry, Alex. They stopped making physical media because Netflix bought them, so it's all one full feature film.
Oh,
so
interesting.
You're fucked.
Interesting. Have they considered committing suicide? Oh, wait, they've already done that. That's why they got bought out.
3 times. AT&T,
3 fucking times.
Discovery, and now either Netflix or Paramount. We still don't fucking know.
I have an open offer from Paramount to buy the, 3 shares of Warner Brothers stock I own.
No, that's going to be interesting on whether or not Paramount succeeds in convincing the shareholders, or if Netflix will end up winning. What Paramount needs to do, they need to raise the bid. They really do. They gotta raise it from like 30%
I'm not selling out
to like 32 or 35.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not selling out for $30 just so that you can own something.
Well, here's the thing: Netflix is buying it for less stock, so you're fucked regardless.
Yeah, but I'm still my value is still higher.
Fair enough.
By the way, Ben, if you look,
thing is so fucking stupid. Why are we rooting for which is the worst corporation to buy the other?
See, the funny thing is, I'd liked there to be an official Justice League Avengers crossover, but I'm not going to get what I want out of it now because it's about 10 years too late, and we're just never going to see what I wanted.
I remember there was a report that James Gunn's goal at DC Studios is to make that happen, and to essentially fuse the DC brand with Marvel. But that's not going to happen anymore because Superman bombed at the box office. They lost money on that despite making
if his plan was to get them sold to Disney.
What people don't understand is that these budgets are ballooning out of control, that all these companies are going bankrupt, including fucking Disney, because of how much money these projects are costing. To give you an example,
$600 million on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Did you hear how much fucking money Cyberpunk 2 costs?
No.
Over $400 million.
That's absurd. I remember back... Okay, so I remember back when the Tomb Raider reboot came out. By the way, Tomb Raider reboot. Alright game. Not what I'd call Tomb Raider. It was more Uncharted than Tomb Raider, but, it was okay.
It did the job.
Sold 3 million copies originally. Square Enix said, oh man, that underperformed. We spent way more money on that than it made back.
That's not even the worst example. Resident Evil 7 did how many copies did Resident Evil 7 sell? 7 million or something?
Resident Evil 7, okay, so Resident Evil since 4 has been selling over 10 million copies, and I think Resident Evil 7...
Resident Evil 7 was the most... It saved the franchise. Yeah. And Capcom came out and said, yeah, this game bombed.
Oh, dude, Resident Evil 6 sold more than Resident Evil 5 by a not insignificant margin. That game was a fucking bomb, both critically and financially.
Yeah, no, and that
because
game cost
they didn't make
10 times the amount 5 did.
How do you fuck that up? They made some things better than 5. They made a lot of things way worse.
Yeah, no, in Resident Evil 8, they turned it more into Resident Evil 4, which is not inherently a bad thing, but because they did that, it's less scary. What made 7 so special was it was fucking mortifying.
Yeah, it was scary again.
It was and then in certain sections it was mortifying, and the rest
they did
was
the Resident Evil 5 again.
And now Resident Evil 9, I don't know if you saw this, but one half's the terrifying sections,
Resident Evil,
and the other half is literally just Resident Evil 4 Remake. I legitimately do believe that Resident Evil 4 Remake, not Resident Evil 4 Remake, but Resident Evil 9 will be the most
divisive.
What's the word I'm looking for? Divided in terms of response.
That's literally what I just said.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood you.
Divisive.
I think it'll be just as divided as 6 in terms of what it's trying to do.
Yeah, because you've got Silent Hill F schoolgirl thing, and then you have Leon's campaign.
I beat that, Alex. That game pissed me off because that game has nothing to do with Silent Hill. It's okay.
So Ben,
Silent Hill, but it is not
do you know
Do
you know what the name translates to?
What?
Okay, so the name of the town in Japanese means Silent Hill.
Alex, I'm not going to lie. I popped a blood vessel when you told me that. I actually fucking fucking angry because
so the Japanese
beat that fucking game. There is not a single fucking reference to Silent Hill in that game. And the stupidest thing is that you could have tied it in with like all these drugs in the town, right? You could have tied it in to the pharmaceutical company that is in Silent Hill or close to it. You could have tied it into that and have could have had cool lore where Silent Hill is expanding its influence throughout time and space, right? You could have had that. You could have had a newspaper from Silent Hill and far into the future and be like, oh shit, so it is literally expanding its influence throughout time, right? That would have been awesome reveal. But no, they did jack shit with that. It has nothing to do with the fucking town.
Benjamin, did you beat the game once?
Yes, I don't want. There's multiple endings. I don't want to do it again.
Okay, so here's the thing: you can't get the true ending by beating it only once.
I know. You have to beat the game 3 times.
Some of the things that you're talking about is
to want to do that.
The more, I know. It's that was what Yahtzee said when he played the game. It's like this is an okay horror game. This is not
aggressively
not worth.
It's. You want to know what this game is?
20 hours of me replaying it.
This game is Silent Hill Homecoming 2.
Silent Hill Homecoming was already not very good.
This is a slightly better version of that, but just aggressively okay-ish.
So
it has the same kind of combat, but slightly better.
Yeah, so all the Western developed Silent Hill games, except for Silent Hill
Downpour.
Zero and Shattered Memory. Well,
Downpour
was all right.
Well, Shattered Memories was great.
Shattered Memories was a great idea. You can argue about the execution all you want, but Silent Hill, Origins played okay, and it had some interesting concepts, but the problem was that it's just not that interesting of a story. You're a trucker getting trapped in Silent Hill before the events of Silent Hill 1, and, it's just kind of bleh.
We really sidetracked. We were talking about how expensive movies and games have gotten to make it how unprofitable they are.
Then we got to talking about how the thing it was Silent Hill F. So here's the thing, guys.
And I crashed out really bad.
If you're making a fucking game, right? If you have 2 concepts for the game, you don't have to make them into one game. Capcom used to be good about stuff like that. Resident Evil 4 started life as Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry got spun off. It was a completely different concept. And then they had Resident Evil 4 prototype. Then they had the Resident Evil 4 that we all come to know and love.
I want to talk about that for a little bit because it's interesting because it became Devil May Cry. And then it became something else that branched off into its own thing. I forget what it was. And then it became a really interesting prototype where Leon's in a haunted mansion. Had these supernatural elements, the shadow things that looked really fucking cool. But the technology was too behind for it. It did not work. And so they had to essentially reuse what they had and rework it into what we ended up getting. Well, it's a miracle. It's a miracle that Resident Evil 4 is as good as it is.
Made entire franchises out of prototypes for Resident Evil 4. They made spin-offs out of prototyping the technology for Resident Evil 4. Not all of it was as hyper successful as Resident Evil 4 went on to be, but it didn't have to be. What it was proof of concepts that they were able to make into fairly decent financial successes.
Yep. And franchises are still ongoing today.
Excuse me, and they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, because it's become too expensive.
Resident Evil 6 should have been 3 different games.
Absolutely.
There's not enough difference between the gameplay.
Just 3 different games taped together because each campaign was completely different.
Take each campaign, right? Give me more stuff to do in between, add more puzzles and whatnot. Call that. One of them is Resident Evil 6. The other is Resident Evil 7. Release that next year. There's Resident Evil 8, or you could call it Resident Evil fucking Leon's Adventures with
you could have spanned off one of them as a Revelations game. Revelations games were good.
Yes, Resident Evil Revelations is one of my favorite Resident Evil games. I played the fuck out of it on the 3DS back in the day.
I like 2. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I thought 2 was pretty good.
2 was one of those odd ones, but it was still good.
I liked Barry. Barry was awesome in that one.
Oh man, Barry Burton hasn't had anything to do since then, and he was only ever playable in Gaiden before that.
It sucks because like you could have interesting pairings like that wouldn't normally happen. Like Claire and Barry is such a unique pairing.
Yeah, they'd never. Yeah, they'd never interacted before that.
Like why not a game with Jill and Leon?
Jill and Leon have only ever shared the screen together in the Resident Evil CGI movie. I think it was called Death Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently it wasn't very good.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But
I haven't watched.
None of the Resident Evil CGI films were very good.
I know in like the one beforehand, Leon and Chris kill a bunch of zombies. Okay. But they were still alive. Like you could revert it back with a button press.
Okay,
so they're
Ben.
just killing normal people.
Okay,
like,
Ben. That last Resident Evil CGI movie pisses me off so fucking much. Okay, so they got
so stupid. They got John Wick a bunch of innocent people for no reason.
No, that's not the biggest problem with it. The biggest problem with it is that the film starts off. We're talking about the only one they released on 4K, right?
Yeah,
that one. I don't remember the name of it, but it starts off, right? Okay, so Resident Evil 6. Chris's storyline is he's an alcoholic, and Leon's got to get him back on the, back on the saddle.
Was the alcoholic. Are you switching it up by mistake?
Hey, so no, Resident Evil 6, right? Chris is an alcoholic, and Leon has to get him back on the horse. In the third Resident Evil CGI film, Leon's the alcoholic, and Chris has to help him get back on the horse.
That doesn't make sense. No
reference to that.
I need to talk about why that doesn't make sense. Because at the end of Resident Evil 6, Chris's storyline, his partner dies. His partner saves his life as he fucking explodes. Why is it like Leon has a better ending in comparison? Like he saves the day. Like sure, he still lost the president and a few other people, but he's not worse for wear. Chris literally loses the one guy he's been training like for a while. The one guy that helped him bring him back on his feet. Like,
and Chris goes
like, why isn't Chris the one like alcoholic and drunk? Why is it Leon?
Back to the bar where he was drunk when Leon found him at the start of the game, right? And he's not. Yeah. He's just eating food there. He's like, "Oh, I'm happy." It was like, okay, sure. I fucking buy that. I don't buy that you got all depressed and alcoholic before this, kinda, because like Chris Redfield has been through a hell of a lot worse shit than the stuff that was depicted in Resident Evil 6.
I can understand
they
Leon having a lot of trauma after everything. I wouldn't blame the guy. But like,
it's not in Leon's personality for him to be an alcoholic.
Why isn't both Leon and Chris fucked up? Why isn't Chris not more fucked up? Why isn't it about a fucked up Leon having to encourage a fucked up more Chris?
Ben, it's not in Leon's personality for that to have bothered him, though, because Leon has been through worse shit, and
he's literally gone through Ash Williams' character development where he just stopped.
Chris has
caring.
too. He was fucking. Yeah, it's like Leon is like mouthing off to every goddamn crazy thing that comes his way in Resident Evil 4 and 6.
Same way. Jill does this 10 times more, and like she's like that in Death Island too. The trauma, as far as I'm aware, doesn't really fully bother her outside of the fact that she's been out of action for so long.
She and Chris are supposed to be a couple, and I think Capcom kind of forgot about that.
No, sorry, but Chris is too busy trying to get Leon to fuck Claire to continue the bloodline.
Yes, Chris is too busy trying to get his best friend to fuck his sister when he could just be fucking the girl who wants him.
You know what, fuck, if we're gonna talk about things that piss us off, I'm gonna roll back to Spongebob and talk about why Sponge on the Run pisses me off so
you know that you know that in the canceled George Romero Resident Evil film, Chris and Jill were actually did get together? It was like, I think George Romero was the only person to have ever followed through on that plot thread. And that movie never got fucking made.
Okay. So let me rant about Sponge on the Run, and then we can end it so we can kind of go back full circle on this, right? Sponge on the Run is one of the worst films I've ever watched. I was bored one night. I had not seen this movie. I refused to go see it in theaters out of principle. I had Paramount Plus. I got it for free because I work somewhere that gives it for me for free. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to check this out. And you remember my reactions that night. I got really fucking angry.
Yeah, you sent me a couple of novels worth of text that day.
I was so mad.
It was reminiscent of the incident where when Kevin was watching through Justice League Dark and was like live tweeting to me all of the stupid shit that happened in that film.
And that reminds me of when me and Sheamus and a few others watched the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. That movie pissed him off so fucking bad. I think it made him drink that night.
I don't see
joking.
that.
Like, I'm not joking. Like at the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, there's kind of a fake out making you think that he's not going to do the ET review. When that happened, he disconnected from the call and we had to message him back like, no, he's actually doing the review. Come back. Like he actually fucking rage quits. I don't blame him though. I really don't. That movie is really rough in a lot of places.
Okay, so the sidekick should have been played by motherfucker Mike. I just got to say that.
Yes, I agree. 100%. It should.
I don't know who the fuck. That guy went on to do stuff, and he's like fine. He's good in the. He's good in the movie.
Even bad. I'm not gonna say he's like bad in the movie, but it should have been motherfucker Mike.
But I've seen. As a lifelong AVGN fan, right? I know James's workflow inside and out. I have watched all of his behind-the-scenes videos. He's making the fucking movie. All he had to do was just, recreate his process, have Mike be the guy behind the camera, because Mike was the guy behind the camera a lot of the times. Well, where the fuck was Justin? Guitar Man, where the fuck was Justin? Like, he needed to be in there.
Yeah.
I won't say Pat the NES Punk needed to be in there, but, like, motherfucker Mike and Justin, the guitar guy, whose last name I don't remember, they should have been in there.
I need to find... Okay, so I'm going to try finding footage of something, but I'm going to start with the Sponge on the Run rant. Because originally the movie was completely different. I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but the movie that Hillenberg had imagined was completely different. It was going to be this more action-packed kind of movie where these alien cats invade the planet and kidnap Gary. And they have to go on this grand adventure to save Gary and save the universe. And what ends up happening is at the end of the movie... SpongeBob and Gary are in this spaceship, and they're running from this alien cat god, and they're purposely flying into a black hole to essentially sacrifice themselves to stop this enormous threat. And it is one of the most emotional scenes ever. And there's a video, I can't fucking find it again, but there's a video that adds music to it that's like so legitimately good. That's like absolutely incredible. I'm trying to find it right now, but I can't seem to find it. I know I sent it to you previously, but yeah, I can't find it again. But and maybe if I find the original name of it, SpongeBob Movie 3 original name. But yeah, like so. Excuse me. Oh god, there's gunk in my throat. That's fun. But yeah, like so. During the process of the movie, something called Camp Coral came out. And I'm sure you know... Oh, motherfucker. Okay, I need to backtrack on this.
Yeah, Camp Coral.
Seed of Might just released...
Color-corrected
OVAs. Seed of Might... You know Seed of Might, right?
Yes.
They just
asking me if I know Seed of Might is like asking me if I know the Mötley Crüe.
Yeah, no, that's Cena might just release the color corrected versions of the movies. I'm gonna have to download that later.
Yes.
Fucking hell. I just downloaded some of the Dragon Ball Z stuff, you assholes. Like, come on.
I'm
Okay,
almost done downloading the Dragon boxes.
So during the development of the Gary's, the SpongeBob Gary stuff, something called Camp Coral came up. And Camp Coral was like the camp where SpongeBob and Gary first meet, right? And Paramount got super obsessive with this idea because they got money signs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got money signs and they're like, holy shit, we can make this into a spin-off series and make all the kids into babies. And they ended up screwing Hillenburg over really badly. And that version of his movie essentially just died. It essentially died.
Of course it did.
And what we end up getting is a movie that really pisses me off. Okay, so the movie story is that, and this will sound very familiar. Plankton is trying to get the formula, right?
Oh, like he does in every episode and in this movie.
Yes, and he realizes that what is preventing him from getting the formula is SpongeBob. SpongeBob is
I thought he was going to say his own ineptitude, but sure.
Yeah, no, yeah. But it's like, it's SpongeBob. And it makes sense. It's also why it's... But yeah, like, it also works with the first movie, because like his plan also involves getting rid of SpongeBob indirectly, because it's that call of action that would happen. It's like Plankton got the assassin ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like, so he gets the idea to kidnap Gary and sell him to this villain. Let me get the name of this character here. Because this character is like the most forgettable fucking thing ever. His name is, where the fuck is his name? It's not Sage. Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves. Oh yeah, King Poseidon. King Poseidon. His motivation in the movie is essentially, how do I describe it? Oh yeah, he wants all the snail slime because it keeps him being young. Like, that's his whole motivation. And so like he's essentially like, the snails are almost extinct because he's draining all the slime from them, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So he goes out on this grand adventure. SpongeBob goes on this grand adventure with Patrick to go to Atlantis. I don't mind them retconning the Atlantis episode because the episode's kind of hot garbage. But this one isn't any better. The only thing I like is the design of Atlantis, but I'll get to that. So the whole theme of the movie is the cast realizing how important SpongeBob is to them, to their lives. And as a tribute movie to Hillenburg, that's kind of the perfect idea, right? It's kind of the perfect tribute idea. The issue is Camp fucking Coral. And I'll get to that. But as we're going to Atlantis, they just drag the plot. For example, to give you an idea, there's a scene with, what's his name? Let me get his name. With Danny Trejo. This sequence that takes place in like this cowboy bar and whatnot. That just drags out the movie. It should be funny. It's Danny Trejo in a SpongeBob movie playing undead cowboys. And it's garbage. It sucks. It's not funny. The effects are like, and like, after that segment is done, it doesn't even affect the plot of the fucking movie. It's not important. It just happens. It's like, oh, well, didn't matter. The only important thing is introducing the best part of the movie, Keanu Reeves, who plays the sage.
As a tumbleweed, yeah.
Yeah, he plays a fucking tumbleweed, and the effect is really funny, but he's the only good part of the movie. And he's the only good part because he gets as sick and tired of this fucking movie as I am. Like, even it's like, yes, like, he understands. It's excuse me. But yeah, what was I saying? Right. So they arrive in Atlantis, they get distracted by all the shiny things, right? And they go to kidnap Gary. And the others go and try to help and rescue SpongeBob because they get captured. I will say it does have one of the best scenes in the movie is a scene where Mr. Krabs is just alone and Plankton's just walking in to steal the formula. And Mr. Krabs is like, I don't care anymore. And it's a really good fucking scene. It's like an actually really good emotional scene that has actual build up from the series. Like it works. But then you have them like, okay, we gotta go rescue SpongeBob. And Plankton joins them for no fucking reason. He's not there to sabotage them like you would think he would. He's just there because there's no real turn here. He's just there. Even like Squidward you don't really get like any kind of scene with Squidward where he's like, oh, I actually do miss SpongeBob. What the fuck? You get nothing with that. And there's like a scene where it kind of leans into that. It's like there's no build up to it. So we get to like the scene where SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to rescue Gary and the others intervene. And they're like on the stage and they're talking why SpongeBob is important to them. And it is the worst fucking thing ever because it's one big fucking advertisement to Camp Coral. And it's like a slap to the face to like every longtime SpongeBob fan because it just directly retcons everything Hillenburg ever worked on. Like, you know how like Squidward did not know SpongeBob until he moved next door, right? You know how Sandy never knew SpongeBob.
Yeah, the basic facts of the show that you can get by watching the fucking show.
Yeah, no, like, oh yeah, they always knew him from Camp Coral. Always. Because, oh yeah, Mrs. Puff was also there, I guess, for no reason. That also doesn't make sense. And here's the thing, it's not like a quick expedition, like they just quickly show the things. There are entire sequences in between them on the fucking stage talking to the audience about these stories, and it drags on and fucking on and on and on. And it's not funny. It's not well written. It's just, oh, we got the Camp Coral spin-off show. Look at that. This is going to be a show. Get excited. Consume the product. And the only thing that actually worked was when we get to Mr. Krabs, because get this. The explanation for Mr. Krabs that he used to work there as a chef, like he actually cooked food for the kids. And SpongeBob mentions that he should open his own restaurant. And not only does that actually work timeline-wise, like that's actually a legitimately really sweet moment. Like it works because there's actual build-up from the previous series, from the previous movies. And like, it's also short. It doesn't waste time. It just quickly shows it. And that's it. It's a good moment. Everything else drags itself out like a fucking, like squishy putty, right? You gotta stretch it really slow. It's like that, but even fucking slower. And then like after all that, you get this shitty third act chase sequence where they have to escape the Poseidon guards. And it ends with like Poseidon realizing he's wrong and rips off all the like makeup and like prosthetics or whatever. And he like looks like this ugly, pathetic old man. Also, this character is nothing. Like, he's just, I don't even remember a fucking thing about this character. He is like the most bland, boring stock villain ever. And you could have had Plankton be the villain here. You could have had him trying to sabotage them rescuing SpongeBob. But no, he's just there to help for no fucking reason. He doesn't even
like
get a
Smith in
moment like the others do. He's just there for no reason. Like, why are you here? Like, what are you here? And then, like, the movie ends with, like, this montage of them bringing the snails to Bikini Bottom, everyone having a pet, and then, like, this little tiny, like, in memory to Hillenburg, which really pissed me off because it felt like they were more so pissing on his name with this entire fucking movie. You could have had a tribute to Hillenburg with his original idea, with the original ending with Gary. And like, I need to find this clip because like you can imagine how perfect of a tribute that would have been. ending delete. I'm
How
not
the
trying
hell
to
did
find
these
it.
two morons manage to get a stream about the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which is only an hour and 30 minutes, to 2 hours and 20 minutes long? Well, this is how. By the way, the Stranger Things fandom is having a crash out that mirrors your own about SpongeBob. Last episode is just, apparently
I found it.
not good.
I found it! It might be copyrighted music, but, I don't care. I want you to watch this. This was how Sponge on the Run was originally going to end. You got on here?
Hang on.
Someone had music on top of this, but this was how the original movie was going to end. It was going to end with SpongeBob and Gary flying into space and sacrificing themselves, and would have started a time loop. And this is the scene in question. You have it up?
Yep, I got it up.
All right, here it is.
Oh God, I'm muting that because Bruno Mars is gonna get us killed.
I'll turn down. It just really works for the scene, but like, look at this. This is how the film was supposed to end. Let me turn it down a little more.
It kind of reminds me of 2001: like A Space Odyssey.
Tribute to SpongeBob and his pet, and it's like, it's legitimately super sweet. The music oddly also works too. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that song was
that's one thing in the show,
apparently
right?
originally
SpongeBob
written about
and Gary's relationship, and I think that would make like a great movie about how much SpongeBob cares about his pet. That's something a lot of people can relate to. I know you can relate to that.
Yeah. So, fun fact, like, this song was written about the relationship between Aaron Yeager and Mikasa Ackerman.
That's funny. But yeah, the movie was going to end like that. This essentially kind of like time loop. So the movie would have ended with like would have ended right at the start of the first episode. And like that would have been such a perfect tribute to Hillenburg, man. Like if you had just made the film he envisioned, that would have been a beautiful tribute to the man behind SpongeBob. You could have had a montage of all the SpongeBob adventures that he had worked on, everything from like that to like the movies and the specials. You could have had something genuinely beautiful, and instead you turned it into a fucking marketing advertisement for a prequel show that you canceled anyways.
Listen, guys, you can have your horrible corporate slop and your touching tributes to good things. Just make two movies.
It's
why are they keep trying to make the Unimovie? The Unimovie is bad. Nobody likes the Unimovie. Make more movies.
They keep trying to make a Tetris trilogy movie, and I don't know why. How do you make a trilogy out fucking Tetris?
I mean, like, they made one really good movie about the making of Tetris, but, you know.
Yeah, we need to watch that, because that's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. But yeah, anyways.
That's the only way you can make a movie out of Tetris. Like, you can't make a movie about the gameplay.
We gotta make a fucking trilogy out of this franchise, man. Don't you see all the money we could get from a Tetris space trilogy?
Got to have money. Make Space Invaders before you do something like that.
A Space Invaders trilogy makes more sense.
Make an asteroids movie. No. Make one movie about Space Invaders, one movie about asteroids, and then one movie about Galaxian.
When we watch Sponge on the Run, I know for a fact that third act is going to piss you off so bad, just from the pacing alone.
I haven't even watched that fucking thing.
I cannot wait for us to watch it, because I know we're going to be so fucking angry. I think it might get us the most angry we've been on the channel in a while. Like, you can tell that I'm getting angry just by talking about it. Because, like, here's the thing.
I don't think you can beat me screaming at Joss Whedon for what he did to Justice League, because that movie was legitimately worse than I remembered in every way it could be.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the frame rate on the Amazon's horses was fucked up. Like, it was like they were running on the N64.
It's like a PlayStation 3 game. It's like a PlayStation 3 game where you're far away and the horses are like
they look like the dogs in Dark Souls 2. They look like Epona's run cycle, but worse in Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time has some jank-ass animations. Like, Epona's legs move weirdly. Epona looks smoother than those Amazon's horses did. How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck up a horse, Joss?
And when you only give a man 6 months to rework an entire film with reshoots.
Well, let's be fair here. He wanted that job.
Yes, he did. It was 100% on him as well. He's as responsible as everyone else. Jeff Johns, the current heads of Warner Brothers at the time, the fucking producers, just everyone.
Well, the producers? But what do Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder have to do with this?
Fucking hell.
Tell me you got that joke.
Yes.
Good. For the longest time, I thought that the Producers was a movie with Gene Wilder and Matthew Broderick. I didn't realize that Gene Wilder and Matthew Broderick were in two completely different versions of that fucking movie.
Hollywood, man. Hollywood's fucking wild. But yeah, like, we should probably end it here. I had that big rant about Sponge on the Run, right? That's a good send-off to this.
If we keep going, we can probably get it up to 3
you know what,
hours.
Fuck it. How about we just pull out Fortnite right now, we play it, and we don't show any footage of us
Let's not. I have to get some dinner, and I'd like to go into the new year or the way I usually do.
Alex, we got like 44 minutes. We got this.
I gotta get to bed, man. It's been fun talking SpongeBob and Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Next week, 100%. I'm gonna say
we need to watch those fucking Naked Gun movies.
Oh yeah, we need to continue the Naked Gun Red versus Blue marathon. We've been holding that back a while.
I need to, like,
is it my Friday this week or is it next week?
It was supposed to be next week, but it might wind up being, because if Digimon doesn't show up this week, it might just be you and me.
All right. Let me know. Like, give me a heads up on Friday if Digimon doesn't be a thing, so we can get that ready. We need to go back. Okay, we need to figure out what's next, because I don't even remember what's next on our list.
It was like Dangerous People or something like that. Let's hope that the 14 terabyte isn't the one I saved this on.
I don't remember.
Because the 14 terabyte decided it just doesn't want to connect today.
I need to download the Siamite thing, the movies.
I've got it downloading already.
While you were out of space, motherfucker.
So I went in and I cleared off a bunch of space.
Fuck off.
Because apparently I had a bunch of duplicate copies of various movies, so...
I'm going to commit various war crimes if they keep making these releases. I'm running out of space.
Well, let's see. GT Dragon Box, Kai... The movies regrade, the original Dragon Box.
Do I even have enough room for this? Hang on.
Let's see, hang on. How much is this altogether? So that's 1.1 terabytes for the Dragon Boxes, 500 gigabytes for Dragon Ball Original, 230 gigabytes for Dragon Ball GT.
God damn it, I don't have enough space for it. It's like 300,
for Kai.
It's like 100 gigabytes more than what I can fucking download.
And 447 gigabytes for the movies. But that is all of the movies and OVAs. Plus, I don't even have...
No, I need to tell you just how big this is in comparison.
Plus, the TV specials.
No. Hang on, quiet.
36 gigabytes.
The original file size for, like, the white balanced movies were 358 gigabytes. The new one's 442 gigabytes.
Yeah, I just deleted the white balance movies to make space for the
I don't have enough room after deleting those. is the issue. I'm gonna cry. Oh, fuck. This is bad. I'm in danger now.
I'm in danger.
In danger now, yeah! They have planned to eradicate the Saiyans on this? That's a deep cut, holy shit.
Yeah, plan to eradicate the Saiyans and Super Saiyans.
That's fucking impressive. They have that.
It's actually not that impressive. It was included on the original Dragon boxes.
I know, but like to have like an actual remaster of it is impressive.
Yeah, I remember I was trying to work on doing a remaster of that just because I saw it and it looked like it was left out in the fucking sun or some shit. And I gave up after a bit because it was just meh.
How am I gonna make room? I can't move the Doctor Who files anywhere else.
I mean, I've got...
Alex, buy me a new storage drive for Christmas.
Christmas was...
I'm joking. Don't actually do that.
6 days ago. And plus, I'd have to add like $200 to everything you owe me.
Technically, I owe you like $300.
Well, yeah, I'd have to add... Whatever.
My computer's starting to lag from me starting this fucking download. I'm in severe danger.
Let me see. How long have I been downloading the, Okay, so I've been downloading the Dragon Ball Z Dragon boxes for...
I'm dying.
How long has this been going? And I've been downloading this since the day it released, and I still haven't got the whole thing. But I've almost got all of GT, because I forgot to download the GT one. I have fiber optic internet. My internet's still slow. Anyways, so we've crossed 2.5 hours. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Have a happy new year.
Don't. Piracy is bad, kids. Don't copy that floppy.
No, piracy is piracy is a human right.
Crunchyroll need Crunchyroll. Get off your asses and hire these boys.
You would download a car.
I would download a car. I would.
I want to download a fucking rocket ship and fly to the fucking moon.
I'd download a machine gun.
I'm gonna download a fucking nuke and just end the world.
I'm going to download a rocket launcher.
We've had too many chances. Fucking 3D prints of fucking...
Okay, so I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'm gonna unwrap my Switch 2, and I'm going to try to play some Mario Kart before I go to bed.
Alright, I'm gonna play Fortnite. I want to see what happens at midnight if you're playing Battle Royale.
And I'm gonna try to get some guitar practice before the rest of the night goes out.
I was actually playing Fortnite earlier, and for whatever reason, it forced everyone to de-equip their guns, and and like you just see a bunch of fireworks blasting in the sky with 2026, and it let you de-equip your guns back, and that's when everyone started trying to kill each other again. It's like the game paused for a moment and said, "Okay, enough killing. Look at the pretty fireworks show." Oh, that was great. All right. And let's end the stream here. SpongeBob, we love it. We'll do the next movie next week, hopefully. See you guys then.
Bye,
maybe
everybody.
this Friday, too, we'll do, like, the parody movies, hopefully.
We need to, like, get better lives or something. I don't know.
We need to what?
We need to get better lives or something. I don't know. Signing off. You know where to find us.
Yep. Bye, everybody.